I'm very interested in the FBI COINTELPRO program, and especially its use of media and journalists. As you know, Mike Wallace recently passed, and I'll ask the question, and it's just speculation. I admit that. But there's circumstantial evidence. But I thought that Mike Wallace might have been a tool of COINTELPRO. What?
It wouldn't surprise me at all because my experience in media, because, I came out here and I worked for the Sun Reporter for a minute because George Jackson had asked me to get a press card. So when the New Haven trial was over, he actually wrote me a letter. I had already started a correspondence with him and, through the lawyers and stuff. So when I got out here, he invited me to come out at his expense, but I declined because I didn't need it, and I came out here. And he said, well, get a press card. So I called Gary, whose offices were in San Francisco. He was temporarily in New Haven. And he hooked me up with Carlton Goodlett, the publisher of the Sun Reporter, and I got a press card and a job at the same time that I wasn't looking for because he asked me to cover the pretrial hearings of Angela Davis and Ruchelle McGee and the Soledad brothers, George Jackson, John Clouchet, and Fleta Drumgo, who were on trial in a capital case. Both of them, all of them were on trial for capital cases. So initially, so in working for the Sun Reporter, I was promoted to news editor, and the things that came across my desk were mostly from the government. So it taught me that black newspapers, for the most part, a lot of their stuff comes straight out of the government printing office. And a lot of those cartoons and stuff that you see.
Are you talking about today, or are you talking about black newspapers back then?
Let me just finish. I'll try to get to
Okay,
my
I'm
point.
sorry.
Taking a little too long to get to it, I'm sure. But the point I'm trying to make is my experience as a reporter and a journalist, both paid and volunteer. I've been volunteer since 1971 because when I left Sun Reporter after they cut up an article I wrote on Attica, I decided I wasn't going to pay taxes anymore, and I wasn't going to work for any capitalist anymore, and I pretty much did that all these years. So I work for the people. And the bottom line is my experience as a journalist all these 40-something years is that no matter where I go or how long, I don't last long. And I don't, when I say I really mean we. People who are expressing a radical or revolutionary viewpoint as opposed to a neoliberal or a liberal viewpoint don't last long anywhere in any media, and I was very much a part of the micro radio movement out here too, and did 2 years on I had a program, a 2-hour morning show on Free Radio Berkeley out here. So I've had an San Francisco Liberation Radio, but I said that to say this. My experience is, just like George said, they will give 9 yards of media to anyone who is in their pocket, basically. And if you're not, and you're really in opposition to this system, you will not last long. And so getting back to Mike Wallace, there's no way in the world that someone who could be a veteran journalist as long as he and not have compromised along the way.